Because she was considered unattractive, no one wanted her. Feeling inferior, Emma couldn't confess her feelings to the one she liked. On the night of July 15th, 1988, newly graduated Jim and Emma lay side by side. Yet amazingly, until dawn, they did nothing but tell each other stories. They spent holidays traveling together, swimming together, hugging whenever one of them got hurt. To outsiders, they looked like soulmates, but the two of them made a foolish pact to stay best friends for life, and to meet only on July 15th each year. 1989 marked their first reunion after graduation. Dreaming of becoming a writer, Emma moved to Paris, determined to launch her career from a tiny rented room, brimming with hopes for the future. Life, however, dealt her a harsh blow. Her manuscripts earned her nothing, and to cover daily expenses, she had to wait tables in a small cafe, sometimes enduring harassment from customers. Bit by bit, life was grinding down her passion. Whenever things got too hard, she would call Jim for comfort.
London swallowed me up.
Jim's life was the exact opposite. Blessed with good looks, everything came easy to him. Women threw themselves at him daily, and he even landed a spot in a TV host training program. His parents adored him too. At their once-a-year meetup, he even managed to charm the first pretty girl he met, right in front of Emma.
You were trying to fit her entire head in your mouth.
Jealous yet bound by the just friends rule. After a year of struggle, Emma's writing dream was going nowhere. Instead, she was promoted to restaurant manager, her hair reeking of cheese and cheap booze. Jim understood her frustration. He believed Emma wasn't talentless, just short on confidence. So he suggested they take a real vacation next time. Though that plan was a year away, they finally set off on July 15th, 1992. On the road, Emma laid down 3 rules. 1. Separate rooms, especially no sharing a bed when drunk. 2. No flirting with each other and no hitting on other women. 3. Swimsuits stay on in the pool. Only by following these could their friendship stay pure. Emma hoped things would always stay that way. Back on graduation night, Emma had fallen for Jim at first sight. They had gone on a date, but at the crucial moment, her insecurity made her back off. Jim's glow was too dazzling. She felt unworthy and feared she couldn't handle him. Plus, Jim was a playboy, and Emma knew keeping her distance was the only way to keep him around. Jim knew it too. Women were never scarce for him. Once he had them, he tossed them aside. Emma was innocent, smart, full of life. Even when Jim couldn't suppress the urge to have her, he didn't want to lose this soulmate. So they kept dancing on the edge of romance, neither willing to let go, neither daring to cross the line. Maybe it was the bar's late-night magic, or maybe they just needed a place to pour out their feelings. But Emma finally confessed years of secret love. She said she'd written countless love poems for Jim, and most of her story drafts were inspired by him. Jim only smiled faintly, then led Emma to the pool and broke Rule 3.
I think about you.
Really?
Yet while Emma was still lost in the moment, Jim suddenly backtracked.
But the problem is I fancy pretty much everyone.
Stung by the words, Emma shoved Jim under the water to hide her tears. Once again, Jim hesitated at the critical moment. Seeing Emma's crushed expression, he seemed ready to make a real decision. But just then, a couple of thieves snatched Jim's carefully chosen designer clothes. The absurd scene made Emma burst out laughing. The rules they'd set that morning, every single one was broken by nightfall.